Good morning, dear candidates. So after covering all the psychological tests, today we are going to touch upon one of the easiest and simplest tests in psychological series, the self-description test. Let me tell you, it is one test which you can really prepare beforehand, and whatever you have prepared, you can write it down in your 15 minutes which are given there. But it doesn't mean that it is copied or a well-prepared text or SD test by someone else. It has to be your original, it has to be your realistic, it has to match with your all the tests, particularly the PIQ and the TAT. So we are going to discuss what is the self-description test and how you can do it in the best possible manner, keeping your originality and your realistic nature in mind.
Don't forget to subscribe to our new channel SSB Short Plus for exclusive new videos. Also follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates. Check out a short guide to crack SSB on Amazon. The link is in the description below.
Dear candidates, the self-description test analyzes the perception of your own through the lenses of other people with whom you come in contact. Your parents, your friends, your teachers / employer, your own perception about your own self. You are well aware of the headings which we are going to touch one by one. And let me tell you one thing, whatever you may be thinking about your own self, you may be partially right. But if you genuinely consider what other people must be thinking about you, your teachers, your parents, your friends, let me tell you that assessment is perhaps a little more accurate about your own personality. And if it matches with your own perception and it matches with the other psychological test, let me tell you, your complete psychological picture of your personality can be drawn by the psychologist. He will know in detail about yourself. So why is self-description test? If you are having so many psychological tests, the TAT, the WAT, the SRT, then why SD in the end? Dear candidates, let me tell you, the psychologist gets a clear picture of your personality. He knows how much you know about yourself. Also, he will be able to know that how original you are, how realistic you are. And this, of course, he will know after he matches it with your PIQ, which is your realistic and live performance. He will also match it with TAT and other tests. Therefore, he will also come to know how original or how genuine and how truthful you are in your self-description test. If you are not original, if you are not genuine, let me tell you, it will not match with the other test, particularly with your PIQ. So you are aware what are the headings in the self-description test. What your parents think of you, what your teachers, and in case you are employed, what your employer thinks about you, what your friends thinks about you, and of course, what you think about yourself, that is your self-image, and lastly, the kind of person you would like to be. So these are very important headings, and while writing these, there are certain basic rules which I will request you to please keep that in mind before I actually tell you how you can describe what others think of you and how you bring out your qualities. I would stress on certain important points. These important points which you always keep in mind. The first one is writing a proper English. Unfortunately, most of the candidates make a lot of English mistakes in in a topic like SD, which one can really prepare beforehand, get grammatical errors, and also what exactly they want to convey, they convey something else. It means the choice of words is not correct. There are some candidates who write that I generally tell in the face of the people whatever I have to say. This kind of upfront kind of language does not convey well about yourself. You can also write, I am very choosy about my friends. These are the words actually used by the candidates which convey a different meaning. Or I take time to open up with the people. It also shows your lack of initiative, your lack of mixing nature, or your social adaptability. Similarly, some people write, I am very serious in life. Actually, they may be, a bit serious in their career or in their work, but serious in life conveys entirely a different meaning. So your choice of words, you got to keep that in mind. I hope you are conveying the meaning which you really actually want to convey. Okay? Similarly, the other aspect which I will tell you, over-praising or talking all goody things about you. You all bring out all your best of the qualities, all the talents, yet you don't talk anything about your shortcomings, about the areas which you would like to improve. Your friends also tell you certain things. Your parents also tell you certain things where you need to improve. There is no harm writing that. It will obviously bring their realism in your own assessment. Let me tell you, dear candidates, before you embark upon writing this self-description, I would insist that you analyze yourself, understand yourself in great detail. Similarly, some candidates are wishful, impractical. They write certain things about themselves which really is not possible, keeping their past achievement in mind. There are candidates who have written that they want to achieve the highest award of the land. They want to become field marshal. They want to become chief of the army staff, and in spite of failing 4 to 5 times in the SSB, yes, it may still be possible, but the chances may be very remote. It looks a bit unrealistic because it gives an impression that you are over-ambitious and your own assessment about your own self may not be very realistic. So one has to keep that in mind. Similarly, you don't write any shortcomings about yourself. I told you that please do mention that. And also, I would insist that please just don't copy the SD of somebody else who may have passed the SSB. I know there are a lot of self-description tests written by some other people are floating around. Please do not do that. Write your original one and you'll do far better job. Let me tell you, in most cases, the psychologist reads your PIQ, reads to your SD thereafter, and then thereafter goes over to the other test. If he finds these things are not at all matching, he will initially only get a very poor impression about yourself. Okay, boys and girls, now let me tell you what exactly you write under various headings.
Download the SSB SureShot app from Google Play Store to access courses for written exams like NDA, CDS and AFCAT. You can also find courses for SSB Personality Development and Spoken English. Apply the coupon code SIGNUP15 to get 15% off on your first purchase. Call us on 725-930-7111 for any queries.
There are different domains of various people who you are interacting with. They will talk about the various facets or various different qualities of yourself. Your parents will talk about different issues which they interact with you on day-to-day basis at your home. Your teacher will definitely talk about a different domain of your personality. Similarly, your friends will talk about what usually should come up in each heading. I will broadly describe that. You can choose your own words thereafter. Dear candidates, let me tell you, what is the domain of the friends here? What parents will usually describe about you? The parents can't say, you are disciplined, or you are fun loving, or you are very friendly with your friends, etc. This will be entirely a different issue which will be touched by your friends. The parents' domain is obedience, how obedient you are. Responsibility, whether you are a responsible person or not, whether you are contribute in the household work or in some way help your parents or your siblings. They will talk about that. They may also mention whether you are hardworking or not, whether you are lazy or whether your attitude is casual, etc. Also they can talk about. They can also talk about how much time you spend with the family. So these are the issues usually the parents will talk about. So these things usually you should avoid writing, when you mention about the teacher's opinion or your opinion of your friends. Similarly, now teachers oblique employer, what they will be talking about? They will be talking about whether you are hardworking. Of course, that is their domain as well. They will be talking about whether you are punctual to the work or not. They can also mention about your discipline. They will also talk about your sense of responsibility. They can also talk how organized you are in your work and what quality of work you produce. So that is the domain of your employer or your teacher. Okay? And the teacher can also comment. In fact, both of them also comment on your discipline. Okay? Your punctuality. Now your friends. Friends' domain is entirely different. They will talk how fun-loving you are, how friendly and trustworthy you are, how dependable you are, also whether you are humorous or not, and whether you are outgoing, adventurous, etc. These are the qualities generally the friends will be commenting upon. And what you can write about yourself and about your aspiration. About the self you can mention your determination, your confidence level, your diligence, whether you take initiative, etc. You can also mention about your aspirations, your positive views of what you would ideally like to become. Where do you see yourself after a few years? So all these things will come under your aspirations or what exactly you want to become in future. Dear candidates, in the end, I will say that though you can prepare this test beforehand, and there is no harm in preparing this test, but at the same time, I would request you to kindly, genuinely seek the opinion of your parents, your friends, even your seniors, and what exactly you want to become in your life. Do a bit of self-analysis, a bit of self-introspection, and I will advise you to be genuinely realistic. And if you are realistic about yourself and choose the right words, sometimes you convey the wrong meaning. If you keep these points in mind, I can assure you, you are going to do a good job. And let me tell you, the kind of training the SSB Short Academy is imparting you through various courses which are starting every month on 1st, 11th and 21st, a 12 days course. And at the same time, through the numerous videos which we are making, virtually 2 to 3 videos in a week, I think you will not need any other training. You will not have to look forward to any other institution because it's a comprehensive kind of package SSB Short Academy is giving you, which is analyzed and scientifically proven kind of training. Please watch our videos and I can assure you that we will keep apprising you about the various facets of SSB and also enhance your general awareness and your knowledge. Thank you so much.